Out of 4, we're green. Kyle Clark and Johnny Kent. Johnny Kent leads them in going into 1 and 2. Kyle Clark quickly 3 wide at the tail of the field. Yee doggy. Giddy up. Here comes Riker Pace through the middle, slicing and a dicing. And now Reese Moran going to thread his way in the middle of Zach Campbell and Zach Smith. Yee man. Zach Smith made a little contact there with the concrete wall. Reese Moran going to try. Here comes Riker Pace. Big time around Brett Wilson. And now Zach Smith, Reese Moran also getting around Brett Wilson, going into 3 and 4 as race leader Johnny Kent, nothing but clean air, hauling away from the $9 of Kyle Clark. Now here comes Riker Pace working on second, the 38 of Jimmy Forster down the back straightaway. Forster on the top. Here comes Riker Pace, slider for third. Forster trying to cross him underneath, didn't stick. Riker Pace up to third now. Riker Pace getting away from the 38 of Jimmy Forster. Now here comes the 36 of Zach Smith. He's on the tail bumper of the 38 of Jimmy Forster. Forster holding the bumper up, and they all kind of get into each other there. And now Zach Smith to the inside of Jimmy Forster, going into 1 and 2. Slider out of Zach Smith, coming on to Jimmy Forster. Now Reese Moran to the inside of Jimmy Forster, going into 3 and 4. Moran on the bottom. Now he's going to throw a slide on Forster. Forster trying the crossover. Not enough there to make it work. Everybody getting sprung apart. Heat race number 1 is showing to be a dandy. And now everyone getting spread apart. 2 laps to go for Hot Rod Johnny Kent, who's got Kyle Clark by a handful. Johnny Kent leading by half a straightaway over Kyle Clark. Reese Moran and Zach Smith still going toe-to-toe. And Moran jumped the right rear down the back straightaway, and he got really loose, and he fell back, getting a major gap margin there as white flag came around at the same time for Johnny Kent going into 3 and 4. Checkered flag awaits. Blowing up the firework in heat race number 1 in the Kent Fireworks 55. Johnny Hot Rod Kent, Kyle Clark, Riker Pace, Zach Smith, and 4th it'll go Reese Moran, Brett Wilson, Jimmy Forster, and Zach Campbell rounding him out. Give it up for him, the 55, Johnny Kent, heat race number 1 winner. Johnny Kent in the Kent Construction, Kent Fireworks 55. Flagman Roy Wagner looking him down, making sure nobody gets a jump at the line, and we're green. Danny Smith off with a nice run on the high side, leads them into 1 and 2. Running right on the outside, Danny Smith flying away from the field, quickly going into 3 and 4. Shane Duke throttling his way on the high line. Danny Smith leading lap number 1, leads the field. Here comes Cody Whitworth looking to go to the inside of Greg York. He got a little too sideways out of 2. He'll try to get back up to him in 3 and 4. York on the high line. Whitworth on the bottom. Greg York making it work. Here comes Whitworth once again on the bottom for second. Nearly squeezing a room. Greg York making it work that much quicker on the top line. They all kind of get stacked around at the tail of the field. Now Cody Whitworth with the run out of 2 down the back straightaway, but once again coming out of 2, got it 2 sideways and lost ground on the 69 of Greg York. We'll see him coming out of turn 4. Greg York with that much of a better run on the high line. Now Cody Whitworth starting on the top and 1, diamonds it off out of 2. Had a better run there going down the back straightaway. Still trying to get a margin. Got a nice little wheelie pop in there from the David Grace Motorsports number 50 of Cody Whitworth. Whitworth doing all he can to get around the 69 of Greg York down the back straightaway. Getting checked up. Greg York way high side. High side digging, and that's just what Cody Whitworth needed. He's now up to second with 2 to go. Whitworth has him on the bottom. Once again, Greg York way up top. Living large on the high side. White flag. One more trip around for the same day auto repair. Tire Pros $5 of Danny Smith. Danny leads us down the back straightaway for the final time. Cody Whitworth, Greg York, Josh Tyree, Andrew Deal, Kimberly Tyree, Shane Duke, and out of 4, checkers away for Danny Smith. Cody Whitworth second. Third, it'll go to Greg York, Josh Tyree, Andrew Deal, Kimberly Tyree, and Shane Duke rounding him out at the tail. How about that? Mighty fine stuff coming from the USL Sprint Cars. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The $5 Danny Smith. letting him know that the old man still has a little life left in him, getting heat race number 2 win.